Good evening to all pro wrestling fans of all shapes and sizes from all around the world. Welcome to another Pro Wrestling Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, for this video, two things. First off, going to go over the first and second rounds of the Seedling rookie tournament that just recently started. And I have to say, it's gotten off to quite a pretty interesting start. But yeah, so gonna go over the current standings of that tournament, and then I'm gonna finish off since the full card has been confirmed. I am going to go ahead and preview the upcoming New Japan Pro Wrestling King of Pro-Wrestling 2025 show. That's going to be happening in about another week or two. So, I wanted to go ahead and preview that since we now know the full card. But, okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so the Sendai Girls. I don't know why I said Seedling. The Sendai Girls, translated to Wild Horse tournament, has begun. It's underway, and I have to say, quite a interesting start to this tournament, and we are now at the point where we have our semifinal matchups. And you know, this was 12 ladies total for this tournament, and we are now down to the final 4. So the first 2 rounds all happened yesterday, October 1st. Excuse me. So, let's go ahead and take a look at the bracket to see how the current standings look. Here we go. All right. So, we're going to start from the left side and make our way to the right side. So, from top down to top down. So, first up, you had Spike Nishimura versus Soy, which was a pretty good matchup. But Spike Nishimura was able to get the best of Soy, and then she was able to turn around and defeat Yuki Funa in the second round. Yuki Funa had the bye in the second round, so Spike Nishimura was able to best Soy and Yuki Funa in order to advance to the semifinals. So, shout out to Spike Nishimura. I know that she was one of the recent additions to the Sendai Girls roster. So, congrats to her on making it to the semifinals. And then going down here to the bottom, although Rion had a big victory over Yuka Satsuki, a very, very great showing by Rion of Empress Nexus Venus, but she ended up falling to Seedling's Miria Kuga in the second round. So, Miria Kuga, who had the bye, had the one match over Rion, was able to defeat Rion. Miria Kuga from Seedling is your second semifinalist. So congratulations to her. And then we move to the top right side. Okay. You had the first round matchup of Sora Ayame and Rhea Seto. The Black Diamond Rhea Seto from Marigold was able to defeat Sora Ayame, went to face the current Sendai Girls World Junior Champion, Yuna, And while she put up a good fight against the champion, Yuna was able to show why she is the current champion and was able to defeat the Black Diamond Rhea Seto to punch her ticket to the semifinals. So, shout out to the Sendai Girls World Junior Champion, Yuna, on making it to the semifinals. And in the final first round matchup, we had Emma Maishima from Stardom versus Miku Kanai of T-Hearts. Miku Kanai was able to best Emma Maishima and went to the second round to face Marvelous's Senka Akatsuki. And my girl Senka was able to best Miku Kanai from T-Hearts. And Senka Akatsuki was able to punch her ticket to the semifinals. So congratulations to Senka Akatsuki of Marvelous. And we now have our semifinal matchups. So just to FYI, the semifinals will take place on October 17th. Looks like it'll be at the Sendai Pit. So it's going to be a while. You know, we got a couple of weeks or so before that. But our semifinal matchups looks like will be Spike Nishimura representing Sendai Girls versus Miria Kuga representing Seedling. And then on the other side, you have Yuna, the Sendai Girls World Junior Champion, taking on Senka Akatsuki from Marvelous. And those are your final four. So you got two ladies representing Sendai Girls, one from Seedling, and one from Marvelous. But yeah, those are your final four. And then the finals won't happen until November 16th, apparently. Which I don't know why they're waiting that long, but it is what it is. Let's see. Between Spike Nishimura and Miria Kuga, I'm going to say Spike Nishimura wins. Between Yuna and Senka Akatsuki, I'm hoping that Senka wins. And I'm predicting Senka Akatsuki, Spike Nishimura in the finals. And I think it's safe to say whoever wins will probably get a shot at the Junior Championship. As much as I would love Senka to win this tournament, I don't think she will. I think Spike Nishimura will probably pull it off, you know, being that it's a Sendai Girls talent, and she'll probably be the next in line to get a shot at Yuna's Sendai Girls World Junior Championship. So that's my prediction. I would love for Senka to win the tournament, but I think Spike Nishimura is going to end up winning. So, but it should be good. Should be really good. Like I said, the first two rounds, very entertaining. Like I said, semifinals will be on October 17th. Finals will be on November 16th. So it's quite a big gap, but it's all good. It's all good. Okay. Now I want to switch gears to an event that is looking to be pretty big. Pretty big event that we have to look forward to. And that is New Japan Pro Wrestling's King of Pro-Wrestling, which will take place on October 13th at Ryogoku Kokugikan, which is my favorite venue. And I have to say, it's a pretty loaded card. It's a pretty loaded card. Okay. Let's go ahead and jump right into this. Let me get my graphics out. All right. Let's get started with our first match. All right, first up, we got a trios match where we have the team of Shingo Takagi, Hiromu Takahashi, and Titan, of course, formerly together as LIJ, will be taking on Bullet Club War Dogs of David Finlay, Taiji Ishimori, and Clark Connors. This is a tough one. This is actually a tough one. Yes, this is actually a really tough one. I'm gonna go with Hiromu, Titan, and Shingo to pick up the victory. But honestly, this match could go either way. This could actually go either way. But should be good. Should be really good. Okay. Let's go to our next match. This ought to be interesting. Check out this next match. Alrighty, next up, we have singles match between Drilla Moloney and SANADA. So Drilla Moloney from Bullet Club War Dogs, SANADA from House of Torture. As much as I will be rooting for Drilla Moloney, I got a feeling SANADA is going to pick up the victory. Yeah. I just... Yeah. Whether there's a lot of shenanigans or not, I think SANADA picks up the victory with this one. But, yeah. And, because I really enjoyed Drilla Moloney in the G1. Had a great showing. But yeah, I think realistically, I think SANADA gets this one. I think SANADA gets this one. Alrighty, let's go to the next match. A match that I'm actually very excited for an obvious reason. But check it out. Alrighty, we got ourselves another trios match, as we have the trio of YOSHI-HASHI, and the returning Hirooki Goto will be taking on the trio from TMDK, made up of Ryohei Oiwa, Hartley Jackson, and Kosei Fujita. Of course, this year's Best of Super Juniors winner, Kosei Fujita. To be honest, since he's back, I gotta go with him. Gotta go with Hirooki Goto, YOSHI-HASHI, and Yo to pick up the victory. Only because, Hirooki Goto's returning. So. But yeah, should be a good match. Should be a really good match. But looking forward to Hirooki Goto's return. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be excellent. Alrighty. Let's go to the next matchup. Here we go. Alright. First championship match of the card. We have the NJPW World Television Championship. As the champion, El Phantasmo defends against Mr. Ace President Hiroshi Tanahashi. Well, I mean, this is quite an interesting scenario because remember, ELP and Tanahashi were supposed to originally team up for last year's World Tag League, which they could still do this year. They still could do that this year. But I mean, do you put the title on Mr. Ace President? I mean, he's only got a couple of months left of his pro wrestling career. Honestly, and you know, of course, do keep in mind that television championship matches are only 15-minute time limit. My guess is time limit draw. I'm gonna just say a time limit draw. But honestly, it could go either way. I'm just not so sure they will pull the trigger on putting this title on Tanahashi. But we'll see. We'll see. But should be an interesting matchup. Alright. Let's go to our next match. Alright. We have the Never Openweight Championship on the line. As the champion, Boltin Oleg defends against Evil, the leader of House of Torture. Well, Boltin Oleg's never beaten Evil in a singles match before. Evil's 1-0. But I'm really hoping that Boltin Oleg retains. And if Evil wins, he'll become a 4-time Never Openweight champ. I do expect shenanigans, but I'm hoping that they don't work. I hope they backfire. But I really hope Boltin Oleg retains. I really do. Especially considering he's never beaten Evil before in a singles match. I would love to see him win this match and retain the Never Openweight Championship. But we'll see. We'll see. Alright. Let's go to our next championship match. Alrighty, we have the IWGP Tag Team Championships on the line. As the champions, the Knockout Brothers of OSKAR and Yuto-Ice will defend the titles against the combo of Heat Storm Yuya Uemura and Shota Umino. Of course, Knockout Brothers just recently dethroned Taiji and Tomohiro Ishii to win the IWGP Tag Team Championships. Quite an interesting selection for their first defense. It's not going to be easy, especially considering the star power and just with the combo of Yuya Uemura and Shota Umino. That's going to be a pretty tough combo to beat. But I am going to say the Knockout Brothers retain the IWGP Tag Team Championships. It'll be a good test and should be a great victory for them. Okay, let's go to our next championship match. And this one's ought to be hard hitting for obvious reasons. Check it out. Alrighty, we have the IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship on the line. As the champion, Gabe, Kid, War, Ready will defend against the man with the $1 million smile, Yota Tsuji. Now, an interesting fact. Right now, the singles record is 11, 10, and 2 Yota Tsuji. So, if Gabe Kidd wins, then it'll be a tie. 11, 11, and 2. So, I am honestly thinking... that Gabe Kidd is going to retain. Although I will be rooting for Yota Tsuji for obvious reasons. Something tells me Gabe Kidd is going to retain, and then the series between these two will be at a tie. So, Gabe Kidd to retain the IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship, but I will be rooting for Yota Tsuji. And then the main event of the King of Pro Wrestling 2025 comes down to this epic showdown for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, as the champion, the young punk, the front man of TMDK, Zack Sabre Jr., will defend against the G1 Climax 35 winner himself, the Alpha, Konosuke Takeshita. This one's tough. This one's really tough. Now, they're both tied 1-1. They're 1-1 apiece. Oh, man. And of course, you know, Takeshita's cashing in on his title opportunity with this match. I mean, honestly, a big part of me would love to see Takeshita, especially being somebody that I've met twice, would really love for Takeshita to capitalize after the big G1 Climax 35 tournament victory and seal it with the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. So, I'm going to be rooting for Takeshita. But honestly, this could go either way. This could really go either way. But, looking forward to it. That's going to be one heck of a main event. And overall, it's a pretty solid card. But, should be good. Should be really good. And, like I said, when it comes to the schedule, that's the next big event for New Japan Pro Wrestling, King of Pro Wrestling. And then, after King of Pro Wrestling, that's when, as it gets closer to the end of the month, the Super Junior Tag League will begin. And then the World Tag League won't begin until November. But it makes me wonder, who knows, maybe at King of Pro Wrestling they may announce the teams for the Super Junior Tag League. They may just go ahead and do that. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But that'll do it for this video. Let me know what y'all's thoughts are. What y'all think about the Sendai Girls Wild Horse tournament? How do you feel about the Final Four? Spike Nishimura, Miria Kuga, Yuna, Senka Akatsuki. And then let me know your predictions for King of Pro Wrestling 2025. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell while you're at it. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. For another Pro Wrestling Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the YouTube, my name is Jason Ingram. Hope everybody has a blessed day tomorrow, and I will see y'all in the next video and our live stream. Later.